Good evening and thanks so much for tuning in. This is The Money Show on ET Now and my name is Mathew. Now, this show gets you everything that you need to know about your personal finances. We help you plan how to earn better, invest better, and certainly spend better. On today's program, we talk to you about tax-saving investments. A lot of times people leave this till the last possible moment, and that shouldn't really be the case. So we speak about why you're better off getting them out of the way and which ones to consider. Then we speak about the latest offering on Dalal Street. The IPO of Nykaa opens up tomorrow. We speak about whether or not you should subscribe to it. It's a new age business, but it's got a little bit of a twist in that it is making profits. So how do you value it? How do you look at that? And finally, we'll get you an update in our Wheels Wednesday segment, the hottest cars to look forward to this festive season. Let's start, however, with the first conversation for today. Let me get my guest on board. We've got Arvind Rao, who's a certified financial planner as well as a chartered accountant and the founder of Arvind Rao and Associates. Arvind, to begin with, it's often the case that people leave these tax-saving investments to the last possible point or the deadline. But why is it a better idea to get it out of the way early on?
Alex, the cricket season is on, so I'm somehow drawn to take that analogy that whenever the team batting second is given a score to chase and they have to make a certain score in 20 overs, they don't wait till the 15th or the 16th over to start hitting and making that score. They start right from the beginning. And I'm wondering that when it is about tax savings and you have a full year to make up for it, still a large section of population tends to wait for the last 3 months or 2 months. And somewhere I feel it is the push that comes from the employer or the organization where the person works, because they keep pushing them to submit the proofs. And that's when people realize that, oh, I need to finish my tax savings for the year. And this is, I think, wrong, because then you lead, all these delays lead to haste in actions, and as you know, haste makes waste. So if tax savings are planned right from the beginning of the year, it gives time for a person to think what should be done, how much is already being done under the guise of tax saving, and only do the rest. And it's not that because you are targeted with ads all around about saving for tax, investing for tax saving, that you keep doing and more. So an earnest request is, even now, time is not lost. We are like in the end of October. We still have 5 months. It can begin right now for those who have still not started on.
Understood. All right. So, but let's also talk about, how one should approach this, Arvind, because clearly there are several options to choose from. Let's break it up into the various sections. Let's talk about ATC first. Of course, this is assuming that you follow the old regime of the tax planning as opposed to the new regime.
So ATC, in order to simplify it, I think broadly we need to divide it into two segments. One is expenditure-based deductions and the investment-based deductions. So expenditure-based covers typical things like the tuition fees that are paid, or the principal repayments of your home loan are the main proponents there. When it comes to investment linked, you have certain options like these insurance premiums that are paid, the national savings certificates, the tax saving mutual funds, or even certain premiums that are paid for pension plans. All these become part of the investment based ATC deductions.
Yes. All right. But let's also talk about how you can then choose from that ATC. So 1.5 lakh is available to you in ATC, right, Arvind? So which according to you is the most efficient option within the ATC basket?
It's difficult to single out any one which is the most efficient, because it also depends upon where these savings and investments would actually be used. So I generally tend to tell people to look at these tax savings as their retirement savings. So the longer tenure is already available. and hence it can be judiciously divided between things like the employer provident fund, which gets automatically deducted from the salary. You also can mix the rest between a public provident fund and either take up equity linked mutual funds or equity linked insurance plans, because on a longer term these are bound to give you better returns than traditional instruments like the national savings certificate or the likes of it.
All right. Now, of course, if you're planning these equity-linked saving schemes, which is essentially something that has a lock-in period, right, Arvind? I think a lot of people tend to do SIPs. Is that the right approach, or would a lump sum make more sense here?
Well, SIPs will help those who start early, because in which case you can span out your investments right from the beginning of the year till the end. And of course, that's a good strategy. Lump sum is for probably those who have missed out to start early and then they are left with no option but to start it at the end. Just one caution here is, and what comes to my mind at this point is, especially for those who do SIPs in the tax saving mutual funds, to remember that each installment of this SIP will get locked for 3 years, which is the minimum mandated tax lock-in period for a tax-saving mutual fund. And I think with other instruments like insurance and FDs, it is anyways 5 years. So the timing doesn't matter. It's only for ELSS that one needs to keep the 3-year period in mind for every installment of an SIP.